Eller PE7 Diet Planning, Part 1. Many of us try to eat healthy and end up making things worse for ourselves, like those of us who eat a salad to be healthy, but end up covering the salad with unhealthy salad dressing, croutons, and other stuff. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that eating healthy is like a trading game, and we say things like, well, I had a salad earlier, so I can have candy for dinner. Sorry to tell you this, but eating healthy doesn't work that way. There's nothing you can add to unhealthy food that will magically make it healthier for you. Strawberry ice cream is the classic example. Ice cream doesn't become healthy because you added strawberries to it. Sugars, trans fats, processed carbs, they're all going to do their damage whether or not you smother them with healthy foods. The only way to make unhealthy foods not so bad for you is to eat less or none of them. Sugar can't impact your insulin if you don't eat it, right? But I'm not saying you can never eat unhealthy food. In fact, eating unhealthy food every once in a while is good for your metabolism. It's okay to eat unhealthy food every once in a while because your body will average out your meals, like tests in a class. If you get an A on 19 of your tests and get an F on one test, you'll still have an A average. Knowing which food categories are right for a diet plan is extremely important. So let's break down each food category so we can explain why it would be right or wrong for certain diet plans. First, write down each food category on your homework. Meat, fruits and vegetables, beans and nuts, grains, and milk. And then answer each question for each food category. Will this food turn into body fat? Is it good for gaining or losing weight? Does this food have carbs or sugar? If the answer is no, then you must be talking about meat. So we know that it's good for losing body fat because this food can't turn into body fat. Because protein has no energy and food fats have slow stored energy, so neither of them turn into body fat. If the answer is yes, this would be every other food category, beans and nuts, fruits and vegetables, grains and milk, then you have to ask yourself, does this food still have fiber when we eat or drink it? If the answer is yes, like fruits and vegetables, then no, it's not going to turn into body fat, because fiber slows down the carbs or sugar so they won't impact your insulin. This is what should be going into the explanations part on your homework, or why it would be good for losing body fat or gaining body fat. If the answer to this question is no, it does not have fiber, so now we're talking about milk, we're talking about beans, we're talking about grains, because we process these things. They do not have their fiber anymore. Then they're good for gaining weight, right? With no fiber to make them slow, the carbs or sugar will enter our blood too fast, and insulin will turn all that extra energy into body fat. The only exception to these would be seeds and nuts, because if we don't cook them, they do still have their fiber. And if we do cook them, they won't still have their fiber. So you'd kind of have to circle both for gaining weight and losing body fat for beans and nuts.